What's going on, guys? It is February 2018 and I have a battle box here, a brown battle box. Usually they're white, and this is how it arrived to me. So hopefully there's no loose marbles in here. Looks like a mouse got to it. I don't know if this is big enough for something to fall out. I have no idea. We will look, of course, at the paper and make sure nothing's missing. But anyway, gonna get right into it. I have the Kershaw Skyline XL as my EDC today. So I think that can conquer the little bit of tape that keeps this thing together. And here we go. Ooh, Fox knives I see off to the side here. All right, mission 36, February 2018, active shooter / mass casualty response kit. I love it. That sounds awesome. SITREP is TASTVAC. I'm sure that stands for something. Anyway, pause the screen right there if you want to see the breakdown of all the stuff that's in here. Although when I do that, I don't read it. I just like to, I always have to reference it anyway because I always find something I have no idea what it is. So first thing, looks to be a nice bag with all your stuff in. So let me take this bag out of the plastic bag, get a better look at it. Let's see what we got. So this, you know what? Let's do this. Let's move this camera back, give you a taller view here. All right. So let's see what this tag says. BattleTech. All right. Combat medic bag. Alright, BattleTech brand combat medic bag. So, like a small to medium sized bag. I mean, you can see my hand here. Looks like tons and tons of pockets, outside pockets. It's cool. I actually like the handle here, the snaps. So that's nice. Got a quick pocket out the top. Get a view on the inside with the zipper stuck. I'll probably replace these pulls. They're just a little long. There's nothing wrong with them. They work, but they're a little long. Oh, all right, cool. I'm glad I opened it. It does come with some stuff in here. I don't know if this was part of the bag or if this is part of the battle box. We'll see, but looks like we have some medical cards here. Tactical Combat Casualty Care Card. So I guess this shows the injuries and stuff. That's a little gruesome. I mean, I don't know if that's just for injuries or if it's for deaths, but there's certainly information you can put on there. Put this back in the bag. Oh, we got some cool, nice. These are all patches for blood types. There's looks like one of each. That's actually really awesome. That's something that I was going to get eventually because that's a good thing to have. Obviously, if you get wounded and you need, I mean, severely wounded, you need a blood transfusion or something. It's nice to have your, blood type quickly accessible, so you don't have to do testing and stuff. Then get right to what you need. And same deal. These are wristbands. Let's see, minor. Okay, so I'm assuming these have different levels of how severely you're actually hurt. All right, so again, in the case of like an active shooter situation or something, I don't know if it would be your responsibility to do something like this, but let's say the danger's over, shooter down, whatever, there's a bunch of people around and they're all injured. I guess that's where this stuff comes in handy. You can go around and you could put, again, I don't know if you're qualified as a citizen to do this. If you're an actual medic, that would be way more helpful. But obviously, the idea behind this is to use these wristbands and put these on victims depending on their severity of injuries. You know what I mean? Someone who is severely injured, who needs immediate attention. I'm assuming the red ones in here. Let's see. Let's open this up and see what these say. Like, this is cool stuff to have, but I mean, like I said, I don't know about legality and stuff like that. Like, this says expedient. Hang on, I don't want these to go flying everywhere. Yeah, expedient. All right, the green was minor. Let's see, there's a bunch of each color. Delayed, The red is immediate. All right, so like I said, it's interesting. I don't quite know the legal ramifications of doing something like that. If you were to put these on victims and you mess something up, I'm assuming in today's day and age that the family members may sue you. So, interesting. I don't know how useful it is, but it's definitely interesting. It's something I've never seen before. This seems like stuff that, you know, medics, you know, maybe ambulance drivers, things like that would have accessible to them. But quite interesting. The patches, definitely important, and that makes sense now with these cards. So you can write these cards out for people, you know, who are injured and stuff. Like I said, I don't know if that's your responsibility, or even if you would want to take that responsibility, even if you're trying to be helpful. If you don't know what you're doing, it might actually be counterproductive. So it just depends. I would assume there's some serious training that would go into something like that. But anyway, long story short, cool bag with some interesting things inside of it. Let's see some of these other pockets here. There's, yeah, those pockets have like internal, you know, options. So tons of carry methods in here. This would actually be a very cool first aid bag, and on its layout here, I might actually switch. I have one of those like roll kits, you know what I mean? It's all rolled up, which is quick access, which is I like. I may or may not swap to something like this. I mean, the roll things are awesome because, like I said, everything's accessible to you. In my case, it just ties together. So I pull a little, you know, tie off, unroll it, everything's right there. But I don't know. It's dedicated for a medical bag, but you can obviously use this for all kinds of stuff. You know, it could be a cool little range bag, EDC bag, whatever you want. But anyway, all right, so that's one thing. Triage Lights. This is very interesting. Glowco Triage Kit. So these are markers, disposable, 5-year shelf life, waterproof, easy to use. Again, same thing like those marking cards. This looks like you would pop these lights on someone depending on the severity of their injuries and how quickly they need medical assistance. That's what I'm assuming here. Let's see, designed for fast recognition in low light or no light conditions. Triage Kit includes 3 LED lights with 4 color modes to quickly identify. Oh, that's cool. I thought there was one of each color. So there's 3 lights in here. Each light, I guess you could swap through the colors depending on, again, the severity of those person's injuries. Although this is dedicated to something like that, you could probably find other uses for these. Interesting though, very interesting. Of course, good medical shears, always important. These are BATTLBOX brands. I've had numerous different brands of these scissors. They all seem to work pretty much the same. Medical rescue trauma shears. You could cut pennies in half, cut through all kinds of material, thick denim, you know, what have you. So if you don't have something like this, that is a very good addition to any medical kit, and probably a must in my opinion. Let's see what else we got here. TQ. All right. TQ tourniquet, maybe tourniquet pouch. Quick access, you know, obviously a dedicated pouch, perhaps for a tourniquet, which would make sense. Well, we'll put that aside for now. See what that is in a minute. NAR Responder 6-inch ETD, Emergency Trauma Dressing. These are very useful. I actually am a huge advocate for the quick clots. I always keep them in my vehicles, especially if you carry a knife or a gun, you know, and you could put yourself in some type of situation where you would have a massive trauma. Specifically for people who carry guns. If you're carrying a firearm, there's always that possibility, albeit extremely rare, 1 in a billion chance, if there's an accidental discharge or something, God forbid, or if you just pull your gun and someone takes it and uses it on you, whatever the case may be. If you are carrying a firearm, you should probably have something like that to, you know, it might save your life one day, just to have, you know, you never know. But same thing with knives. I feel the same way. If you're carrying a knife, perhaps you use it in some kind of defensive situation, you get a massive wound and you might need something like this. But yeah, this is good. This looks like be very helpful for limbs, you know, arms or legs. You can wrap that. There's probably some kind of blood coagulant in here. I'm assuming, don't really know. It just says sterility guaranteed unless package is open or damaged. All right, so interesting. Okay, a little dressing. Another pouch. This one feels like there's something in it. some medical gloves. Alright, so you have a dedicated pouch for medical gloves, which is nice. And looks like you can access them from the front. Maybe if you stack them up a certain way, you pull them out like tissues so you can dispense them easily. That's pretty cool. Good thing to have. This pouch for other things, but you know, wouldn't want small loose things in there. I guess with this slit in here, it's kind of a dedicated glove dispensing pouch, but that's cool. Let's stop for a second here because I'm curious this TQ pouch, what this says. Alright, so trauma dressing, we saw Molly glove dispenser with nitrile gloves. Yep, we saw that. Tourniquet and shear pouch. Tourniquet and shear. Oh, okay. So maybe this is, you can also use this for the shears. Because I don't see a tourniquet in this kit yet. I don't know what else is in here. Nope, I don't think there's a tourniquet in here, but so it's just a pouch, I guess, for the shears. That's why they gave it to you. All right, interesting. Okay, so let's put that back off to the side. Go underneath because I just saw this little pack in here. Halo Seals contains 2 seals. Intended use. This device is a non-resorbable and non-sterile occlusive wound dressing intended to cover a wound to provide a mechanical barrier. CIFU. Interesting. Halo Seals. German, Dutch, and French here. Instructions. Clean and dry wound. Remove one product from release liner. Place seal firmly over the center of the wounds. Adhesive side down. Apply light pressure to assure adhesion. And repeat instructions with second dressing if second wound is present. Alright, so just, again, a giant dressing. Alright, obviously this has some kind of adhesive probably all around the edge, so you can just, you know, pretty no-brainer stuff. Just smack it right over the wound and who knows, maybe it'll keep you from bleeding out, you know, so you can get to some help. So it's interesting. I'll have to research that a little bit more. Then we have what looks like a tarp, but I am assuming this is some kind of a drag bag or something, you know, if you need to get someone out of an area quickly. Just because of the theme here, but I'm actually going to, because there's handles on here as well. What's this say? It says this side up. This side up. All right. Let's refer to the card, although I'm confident. Combat medic bag, blood type patch kit. Oh, okay, so all those things are obviously included in that bag before. Rescue litter. Is that what this is considered, a rescue litter? Just making sure nothing, I hope nothing fell out of the box. But yeah, that's what this looks like. I don't know, I'm not familiar with the terminology. Rescue litter, let me see. Whoa, hello, earthquake. Don't mind the earthquake here. All right, this side up, open this up, and so yeah, that's what this thing is. This is literally to just move bodies, you know, in case someone's injured, you can bring them to safety, I guess. It's this, you know, heavy materials, reinforced all around the edges. There's handles all over the place. 1, 2, 3, 4 handles on either side, and 1 handle on each end. All right, so you can get a few people to help you, and like I said, just move a body if necessary. So hopefully people are using this for good. But who knows? Never know when you need to move a body, right? All right, so lastly, the knife. So we have Fox knives, all right, from Italy, if you guys are not familiar. And I like that this thing is sealed. So let's take our Kershaw here and unseal it. Break the seal. And see what we got going on here. All right, this looks like an interesting rescue style system here. All right, so we got a nice strap here, locks in, spring loaded. Let's see. Does it lift up? This spring, oh, there we go, okay. So spring loaded strap, pop that on your bags and such. So that's an interesting sheath system. Does this pivot out? How does this work? Don't want to force anything. Okay, so this kind of just snaps in. It's like it pivots in, pivots out. I'm not sure how easy that would be. Or maybe I'm, okay. All right. figuring it out together. So you kind of lift this tab and push with the thumb, and it easily separates, so you're not like tugging on stuff. And once this is out, check out this knife. This is interesting. Wow, I've never seen that before. This is all rubberized. This is like G10, right? And this clear, it's like plastic. But all these raised things are rubber. It's kind of a hard rubberized thing going on there. You know, definitely don't want to use that as a flipper. Okay, then it's a little flathead here. Dual thumb studs. Ooh, I don't know that. I don't know about that. That's I'll probably do a review on this because this is very interesting. But my thumb wants to land right here on the tip of that Phillips head screwdriver. So that's no good. Interesting. Bottle opener. You know, in case there's an emergency, you got to open a bottle. It is sharp. An ERT knife. Okay. Interesting. Fox knives. Getting a little closer. Italy. That's pretty much it. FX213, I guess, is the model. And it looks like maybe a stainless steel blade. Very interesting. But yeah, I mean, putting my thumb behind it, it's not too bad. I don't know. No, it is. It is too bad. I don't know. I'd have to have a grip like that. That rubberization is very interesting. It is a liner lock. Right, pop this open again. No blade play, which is very nice. Locks up very nicely. I'm trying to figure out how to use these different tools. I suppose with it closed, you would use the Phillips like that, right? There's a glass breaker poking up if you didn't notice that. And the flathead, I suppose you can use like this. But I don't know. It's kind of an awkward position that those are in. It's like a quality knife. It's just, I don't know about the design. We will definitely look more into that in the future. Interesting. I do like this system here. It's kind of different. There's a pocket clip, which is nice. So if you don't want to deal with this thing or don't want to put it on your bag, I mean, it's nice that it's, you know, accessible. And it does not seem like it will ever fall off accidentally. So even doing it as I explained before, it's a little difficult to get off. So it's not going to fall off, that's for sure. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So yeah, that's it. That is the BATTLBOX for February. And once again, this one was Active Shooter / Mass Casualty Response Kit. I like it. There's definitely some interesting things in here. I don't think, I'm looking around on the table of all the stuff that I got. I don't think I would have purchased any of these things. That's not a bad thing. Possibly the dressing kits, because I do like adding those to bags. You just never know. I'm not preparing for any kind of mass casualty situation, but just to have backups. If you use one, you gotta, you want to replace it, right? But yeah, these are interesting things, and this is one of those things with the BATTLBOX, and that you end up with gear you never in a million years would have got yourself. So it's cool in that respect. I like it. I do like it. This could have went either way, but it's already grown on me. When I opened the box and read the theme, I thought, wow, that's awesome. But I didn't know what to expect. I knew there'd be some kind of first aid stuff. That's got to be a given, clearly. But yeah, the stuff's pretty cool. Like that drag mat, that big mat for moving bodies and stuff. I have no need to move any bodies. I don't know if it's worth the room, let's say in your car, to have something like that. It's just it's not, obviously it doesn't weigh anything, but just to physically have that folded up, it takes up room. I'll say it's interesting. It's very interesting. This is one of those months that like either people would love this or hate it. They would love it because it's unique and there's some interesting gear and stuff. Like this knife, I would never, if I saw it, I'd be interested. Maybe I'd trade for it. I would never like go out and want to buy this, But having the opportunity to try it now, it's awesome. I'm definitely going to look into that a little bit more because there's things I like about it and definitely things I don't like about it. Like the Shears, some of the dressings, those are perfect. Obviously, those are great additions for that type of situation, but you can use it for any type of, first aid situation. But here's the thing with this is that I think they missed out on the tourniquet. Now, I cannot, off the top of my head, remember if there was a tourniquet in a previous BATTLBOX. There's been so many now. But I think for this particular subject, a tourniquet should have been an add-on. There should have been a tourniquet in here, even if you got rid of one of the dressings. I guess they didn't do it because of this one, because of this dressing. It's like, it looks like it's specific to a limb, you know, arm or leg. But at the same time, like I said, I mean, I know it's a very important piece of kit for first aid for a lot of people. You know, it could save an amputation. You know, in the right situation, it could save you from that or from dying. Period. You don't want to lose enough blood where you're just going to die. So interesting to say the least. I happen to like this. I like weird, different things, but I can see how some people would get this and be like, what am I going to use any of this crap for? And that's what they feel like they got stuck with it. You know what I mean? But it all depends on who you are. I'm a weird dude sometimes, and I like stuff like this. So, you know, like, I'll give you an example. There was a BATTLBOX, I don't remember when it was, but there was a fire blanket, okay? You know, the thing you hang up somewhere and you rip it open and you have a fire blanket, right? That is in my closet in my bedroom. It's on the wall, part of my closet. I'm out there. I love having it there. I probably never use it. It's just one of those things. But again, most of the gear we get to prepare for something. And if that never happens, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? But like, I like having it. I like having it there. It's something that I would say the average American or average citizen, period, wherever you live in the world, probably don't have a fire blanket at the ready. So I do end up with some interesting gear from BATTLBOX. So still a fan. I will comment though. It says save all your natural packaging materials for fire tinder. This one did not have any packaging material at all, but I suppose the cardboard box would definitely make some good fire, you know, material. But yeah, there you go. So there's February's BATTLBOX. Let me know your thoughts down below. You will anyway. I don't have to mention it. I'm just curious to hear, like in all these BATTLBOX unboxing videos, the things I'm looking at to hear from you guys, your feedback is, number one, would you have been happy with the box? Would it have been like kind of cool and interesting to you? Obviously, there's always people who comment on these videos and say like, oh, it's junk, or oh, that's, you know, crap, or a lot of times those people who are commenting, it's just gear that they personally don't care about or whatever use. You know, the big gimmick, and it is a gimmick, but it's a cool gimmick in my opinion, is the surprise. That's why you would do this. If you want just specific gear, clearly you're just going to go out and do that. The people who are subscribing to BATTLBOX are the people who like a surprise, who like this gear in general. But obviously, in my particular case, because I do so much trading, it's beneficial. You know what I mean? Because it's stuff, if I'll never use it or I don't want to store it away for emergencies or something, either I give it to people, you know, I just flat out give it to people sometimes, or I'll throw it in as bonuses and trades, or I'll use it to trade for other gear that I will use, you know what I mean? But if you're not into trading or anything, and you don't want to sell anything on eBay, yeah, I can see how like sometimes you get some stuff in the boxes and you're like, what am I going to do with this? You know what I mean? But it's all about the surprise. You do get value. That's one thing I will definitely say about BATTLBOX, is that all the stuff you get every month in the box, although sometimes there's some chintzy, cheap things, you do get all the stuff for cheaper than if you were to just go out and buy it all. Hands down, every single box has been consistent with getting more value than what you're paying for. But again, the surprise, it's no good for a lot of people. They just don't like the idea of not knowing what kind of stuff that they're getting. You know what I mean? But for other people, it's obviously a very popular thing. There's lots of people who get BATTLBOXes. So I think it's interesting. This particular month, like I said, it can totally go either way. I happen to like this one for some reason. It's just it's exciting for me to have some very unique things, you know, and I'll definitely get some use out of some of this stuff. So there you go. There's my opinions of the February BATTLBOX 2018. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.